Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome back to another City Skylines episode. My name is Sports Monkey, and for today, what I want to do is I'm going to get right into it. I would like to show you the top 5 City Skylines DLCs you should buy. So guys, the number 5 City Skylines DLC I suggest is City Skylines Campus DLC. So the campus right in front of you is a university campus. You also have 2 other options of campuses that you can create. It is a trade school that you can also build, and then you also have the liberal arts college. Think of that as like a Division III college in the United States, just a smaller private school. And overall, what these colleges can do is you can create your own custom campuses. You have dorms you can create. You have administration buildings you can create. So what's really cool about this DLC is that you can customize the layout to whatever you want. Then the next really cool part is a part of this campus DLC is a couple of these stadiums. So over here we have a track and field stadium. We have an aqua center, which is swimming. Then we have a basketball court, or basketball arena, I should say. And since these are in the City Skylines campus district, they are school teams, and they're not professional teams. They're college teams that support your school, which is really cool. And lastly, over here is, I just placed this down, is the football stadium. Now, if you do not place a stadium in the City Skylines Campus DLC's district, then it becomes a professional football team, which is really cool. It's American Football Stadium, and you have your own professional team. So number 4 is the City Skylines Parklife DLC. And what's really cool about the Parklife DLC is that you can create a city park, you can create a zoo, and you can create a nature preserve park. And what's really cool about these is you can just insert these parks in the middle of your city and it looks fantastic. You can add custom layouts and do exactly whatever you want. And the cool part is that they are so well designed. Like, look at, we have moose or mooses or however you say it. Look at, we have different types of attractions in the zoo. So overall, you can create a bunch of different things in your city, a bunch of different parks, I should say, in your city that just adds a different touch to it and makes it look really cool. So that is why City Skylines Parklife is my number 4 ranked DLC. So for my number 3 DLC you should buy is the City Skylines Airports DLC. Now you're gonna say, well, you have some recency bias. If you don't know what that means, look it up. But recency bias essentially means, well, this DLC just came out. Of course you're gonna say it's great. But what's really cool about this DLC is that it added airports and made them an entirely different animal to work with. And what I mean by that is, look at, we have a ton of different options that you can choose from airplane wise. Okay, that's fine. You have different options. You have airplane hangars, which you can add additional details to the airport. Let me just go over to our previous airport. This is all we had in the previous airport. That was it. That was our previous, think about this. This was our previous generation of airport. And now this is what we created after that. And it's just a night and day difference on what you can do with your City Skylines airports. And again, you can make money. Look at, we're making 63,000, expenses of 44,000. But again, we're making tons and tons of money. What's really cool is you can create your own airline. And as you could see that I have Sports Air right in front of me, and you could see the plane over here. You have different types of options when you're creating your own airline. You can create the logo, you can create the color, you can create the name. So just overall, I think Paradox Interactive did a fantastic job. Then you also have to go over here to the City Skylines Cargo Airport just to see that, you know, like, again, we have many different plane types. We have, wow, a ton of traffic, which is not good. But anyways, my point is that this City Skylines Airport DLC is awesome, and I really do think it's a great DLC that you can enjoy and make custom airports. That's why it's my number 3 DLC. So for my number 1 and number 2 DLC, there is a tie. We'll just get into number 2 right now. We're gonna call it the City Skylines Industries DLC. Now, like I said, first and second are literally the same, but just for numbers purposes, we are gonna use the City Skylines Industries DLC. And this DLC, you can create a forest industry, you can create a farming industry, and you can create an ore and oil industry. And what's really cool about this game in general is that you can actually create different layouts, and you can customize as big or as small of an industry you want. So remember the other DLCs, you can make money. Look at this DLC right now, or this DLC. This oil industry is making us $47,000. So it's really cool how this can add a ton of money to your city, but it's also great that, it adds something different to your city, and it adds jobs to your city. It's just overall, I thought this was a game-changing DLC that, it completely opened up everything from the base game. So definitely the City Skylines Industries DLC. So for my number one DLC, I really do like the City Skylines Mass Transit DLC. And you can see one of the hubs that the Mass Transit DLC comes with is that there is a bus hub. So what this entire DLC helped you do is it helped you create different types of transportation around your city. So you weren't just stuck with, just a couple bus lines and that's literally it. Like overall, we have a different bus hub. We have the ability to actually have a really good transportation system. And this transportation system consists of trains, buses, trams. Let me just go over the list itself. Like I said, buses, trams, trolley buses, metro, trains, ferries, it literally opened up the entire game because you're enabling citizens to take these transportations, different types of transportations, and use them instead of driving or walking a really long distance. So for example, little Sally Sue over here, I don't know who this is, we'll call it Bennett Holmes, could technically work downtown and downtown is not that way, Sports Monkey, but technically they could work downtown and just take the metro or the train into work. And it's just really cool how that all works out. So number one would be the Mass Transit DLC. So if you guys have any comments in the comments section below, or you actually disagree with what I'm saying, please let me know in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.